Breaking news overnight, a man is dead, shot and killed by Westminster Police. It happened just before 8 o'clock last night on East 116th Avenue, right near the Skyview apartment complex.
That's where 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is live this morning. Brianna, there was a scuffle with this man and neighbors before police arrived.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And until early this morning, there was crime scene tape surrounding the Skyview apartments and also evidence markers. So when police arrived here, they say they saw a man on the ground wrestling with several people. So I do want to show you some video from the scene late last night that our crews got when they got here. So police say they arrived to find that struggle and then they tased the man on the ground. That's when the man displayed a handgun. So Westminster police officers shot the man and he was taken to the hospital where he later died. This morning, the officer is on administrative leave, and that's standard protocol for an investigation like this. Now, we know the investigation continues this morning. Investigators will be interviewing witnesses and also gathering some video that may be out there. The biggest question that we have right now is what led up to that shooting? Why was that man on the ground? And if anyone else was injured or arrested? Still a lot of unanswered questions, and we're pushing for more answers. And hopefully we get some later this morning, and we'll definitely keep you updated on air as well as online. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Brianna, thanks for the update.
Well, today we are expected to learn more information about a shooting over the weekend that left a high schooler dead. This happened Saturday night outside of the Southlands Mall in Aurora. Police say the teen died in the hospital from his injuries. Right now, Aurora police are looking for 4 to 5 suspects who they say drove away from the scene in a black 4-door sedan. Officers found the car yesterday, but not the suspects. Investigators believe the shooting happened during a pre-planned meeting between the people involved. If you have any surveillance video from the area showing what happened, you are asked to call Aurora police. A little more than 6 months ago, another child died in a shooting at a mall in Aurora. Back in March, someone killed 13-year-old Phoenix Day in the parking lot of Town Center at Aurora. Police haven't arrested the shooter yet. They say Phoenix's group of friends got into an argument with another group before the shooting happened, and there is now a $10,000 reward for information in that case.
Right now, rangers in Rocky Mountain National Park are searching for an experienced trail runner who's been missing for days. Search crews say Chad Palanch from Fort Collins set out from the East Inlet Trailhead near Grand Lake on Wednesday, and no one has heard from him since. Dozens of search crews fanned out along his 28-mile route over the weekend, along with a heat-sensing plane. The National Park Service is asking anyone who saw him on the trails to reach out.
Former President Trump says he will make a rare voluntary court appearance today to face down the judge who ruled he built his business through fraud. There is a hearing in the civil lawsuit filed by New York's Democratic Attorney General Letitia James. She sued Trump after prosecutors declined to file criminal charges. Trump posted on his social media network that he is going to court to, quote, fight for my name and reputation.
Congress came together at the 11th hour and agreed to keep the government open for another 45 days, giving them more time to work on a spending deal. Both sides of the aisle came up with a temporary spending bill that was signed by President Biden. The bill keeps federal agencies open until November 17th. The president urged legislators on both sides of the aisle to continue support for Ukraine, as well as pass a year-long budget agreement.
Enough is enough is enough. This is not that complicated. The brinkmanship has to end, and there shouldn't be another crisis. There's no excuse for another crisis. Consequently, I strongly urge my Republican friends in Congress not to wait.
The short-term spending bill includes money for disaster relief and the Federal Aviation Administration, but does not include additional funding for the war in Ukraine or border security.
California's Democratic governor has picked his replacement for trailblazing Senator Dianne Feinstein. Feinstein died late Thursday. The governor's office says that Democratic strategist LaFonza Butler will take her place. Butler worked on Vice President Kamala Harris's 2020 presidential campaign. She now heads Emily's List, the advocacy group focused on electing women to public office. With the move, Governor Gavin Newsom is fulfilling his pledge to appoint a black woman to Feinstein's seat. He said last month he wants his pick to be a caretaker to the seat until voters select someone new in next year's election. Feinstein will lie in state Wednesday at San Francisco City Hall.
Connecticut now has a new set of sweeping gun control laws in effect. The new law bans open carrying of firearms and stops the sale of more than 3 handguns within 30 days to any one person. There are exceptions for instructors.
A new state law is now in effect, making Coloradans wait at least 3 days to get a gun after buying it. And a gun rights group is already suing. The group, Rocky Mountain Gun Owners, says it just filed its second lawsuit over the policy. A state law passed in April requires gun sellers to wait 3 days to give buyers their guns. Proponents argue that waiting period will prevent impulsive acts of violence, including suicide. The quote-unquote no compromise gun group claims the law tramples on their Second Amendment rights. They tried to sue to stop it earlier this year, but back in August, a federal judge sided against them, saying no one could be harmed by a law that wasn't in effect yet. RMGO dropped the lawsuit then so it could refile it once the law took effect.
School districts and mountain communities are struggling to find Coloradans to be teachers. So in Eagle County, they're turning to other countries now. Superintendent Philip Qualman says right now most of Eagle County school applicants for teaching jobs are international. Many come from Spain, Colombia, and the Philippines.
What we're experiencing in terms of the challenge of hiring qualified educators is not isolated to us. It's a national problem. We feel it much more than others because of the cost of living here. We have a very hard time hiring people here because nobody can afford to live here.
At a school board meeting last month, Qualman said he's working with Senator Michael Bennett's office on visa issues. They rely on certain visas to bring in teachers from abroad, but they only last for 3 years. The district then has to apply for a 2-year extension. Qualman wants more flexibility with the timing and the sort of positions they can hire for.
And although we just had one weekend, let's take a look at the next weekend coming our way. It's going to be pretty nice. 75 degrees for your Saturday, a little bit above normal for this time of year. Lots of sunshine, even warmer on Sunday, 78 degrees with those sunny skies.